I spoke a little bit too soon here at the Metal and Wood. I got my hands on these for the first time to just evaluate them and see what I could put on them. And at first I wasn't putting not necessarily a professional grade at all, because I said they were a little chintzy on the choke, and I said the plastic here was a little chintzy. But that's got a nice, smooth, and forceful spring in there. And then I started consolidating my parts, and of course I always get extra parts on my stuff. That starter assay is substantial. It's got a lot more weight to it than other starter assays, so it's a lot thicker grade of plastic. And then when I pull on this right here, it's got a lot of nice resistance and a lot of recoil. It's really stout. And then this mechanism seems really solid as well. That's a really high grade of more or less a nylon plastic. That's substantial. So this is my box of 5,800 parts, and if I understand correctly, I got oilers in here. See, you can't get parts for your saws very easily. I think I got, oh, these are carburetors. So I've heard that 6,200 and 5,800 carburetors are the same on appearance, but they're different on internals, and you can't really tell what's what. So I may be stuck like Chuck and all fouled up. These, because originally I thought the 6,200s were cooler, but then I hear that the 5,800s are the more prolific, and the ones that are really, you know, the ones that have had better engineering and they aren't so unique. These are oil pumps. I'm not going to open them up and take them out. They're oily. Those are oil pumps for the 5,800, 6,200 Komatsu. You know, it's good that I had these bar nuts, because if I didn't have these bar nuts, I opened up one of my boxes and it didn't have but one bar nut. So it's like, well, thank God I got a million bar nuts. Oh, is that a bar nut hanging out down there? No, that's something else. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what's this. This is more carburetors. More carburetors. I think I got a lifetime supply of 5,800 carburetors. Now right here we've got something that everybody needs one or two of in their lifetime. Ignition coils. This is a key. And you know, when I say China has 3 to 5 grades of parts, they've got 3 grades of ignition coils. Now I got told that it's 3 to 5 grades of baloney coming out of my mouth from my buddy over at Iowa Performance Saws. It made me laugh. I won't talk bad about you anymore. This is probably the higher grade, because that's what I made my request for, and I trust that supplier very well. So there are definitely 3 grades of ignition coils. That's one of the keys to success on Chinese parts, is the ignition coil, the starter assay, and then of course your mechanics, you know, your cylinders and your clutches. But all of these saws are basically going to run the same with the cylinders and the crankshafts and the crankcase. It's just a matter of the plastics and what kind of extra quality goes into the skin and the shell. They pretty much call it the skin or the shell. So the external plastics is really what drives the quality on the 5,800s coming out of China. And like you already know, you can get these on eBay. If you just need a chainsaw, you can't go wrong. Eventually I'm going to have parts. I'll sell parts kits to anybody. They're not going to be $2.99. If you're only buying a parts kit from me, I tell you what, you could always buy something else and say, hey, throw in a parts kit for me for my 5,800 I bought off of eBay last year before I knew about the Metal and Wood channel. That could always work. But I guess I'll sell my parts kits for any saw for probably $100 if you're not buying a saw, and probably $50 if you're buying a saw. Probably worked in the deal for the guarantee as well for the other saws. But I love these damn 5,800s, 6,200s, whatever. They're great. I think a lot of people that get their hands on them like them, and they find their value, and they're running pretty good. I don't think you'll have a problem, but you just won't have parts. So stick to the names that you've seen, probably the names that people have mentioned, the names I've mentioned, the names other people's mentioned. Like, subscribe, share. Take care.